Did you get everything?
I did.
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Are you seeking your friend's ancient name for the same reason as us?
Yes. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
But that happened several years ago, right? The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malco and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end. All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them.
Aye, aye, sir. I don't know what you mean, but I'll do it.
Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss will likely emerge in response.
That's fine. I'm good at killing things.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
Got it. Anything else? Okay. We're making progress.
Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
Are there? Oh, hi. Oh,
Order
hi.
guide you. Gather.
Here comes the catch. I'm going! Huh? How
Okay,
much
I did
longer,
a thing.
Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
Oh. I did it.
Vichama!
Quick, take it. I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
We made a promise. We're gonna keep it.
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there.
I'll buy you some
Thank
time.
you.
Rapid tapping.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
Getting there. Ah, dang.
This power.
Yeah, I'm
Hanging in
kind of
there?
awesome. We're running out of time.
Go. No, why can't I find him? Why?
Because it's been 5
We
years.
can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried. but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Sea Molly. Get back!
Chasca,
Ooh.
wait!
I love her bow.
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the Spirit Speaker stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chasca. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
Where's
At least Kachi's ancient name
Vichama?
is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama? Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but still. And now... it's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
Huh? This is...
Did it work?
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard. Thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case... Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Well. I guess at least you got to see
Was
the moment
that
your friend
A
died.
memory?
Hello, Nautical. Welcome to stream. And yes, Genshin is slowly including other nationalities.
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Feeling any better, Vichama? Just very, very slowly.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced.
Really?
For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Bichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
You mean fighting while injured?
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done.
I mean, I don't think you could have stopped them from dying, though, with, like, the sheer amount of enemies that existed. I think, if anything, if you'd gone with an injured leg, you could have just gotten them all killed slightly faster.
That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight, but you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of it. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
Bro is traumatized, and I'm calling him out. Listen.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to her, though, you are only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyna the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand. Right?
You thought he just faded away? Honestly, when they panned over to the sunset, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, he's so dead. Which is kind of what he wants, though.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone.
You two look
I just
nothing
need to
alike.
borrow Chasca for a few minutes. You come with me.
One of you is clearly human, and one of you is clearly like an elf. I have so many questions.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chasca's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's
There you
kind of
go.
a long story.
I thought maybe one of their parents was a human and one was an elf, and it was some weird romance for the ages. But it feels like there's more to the story.
It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chasca was actually raised by cuckoo-saurs.
I'm sorry, what? She was raised by dinosaurs?
She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live.
This game is crazy. It really is. We've heard of being raised by wolves, but have you considered being raised by dinosaurs?
That strength of will pushed her to survive, but it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the Cuckoo Source. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chasca finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chasca still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
I imagine going from being a feral dinosaur child to being forced to be a civilized human child is quite the predicament.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
Ha! Ha! That's funny. You gotta pay taxes now? I know, right? Go back to the dinosaurs.
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chasca from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chasca makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chasca even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to. Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say.
I'm sorry, how old are you? You look like maybe 30. Maybe.
Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
You don't even have any wrinkles.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
She's not wrong, but also, where is her dinosaur family now?
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative.
I'm trying to save a 7-year-old who died when she shouldn't have, lady. It's pretty freaking urgent.
But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything.
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
Bro peaked in high school. That is what it sounds like, yes. Also, I love Chasca.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
I think if one of my siblings was yelling at me as much as this lady is, I would have long since just gotten up and walked out of the room. It would have been like, nah, man, I'm not paid for this. No.
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chasca, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Wait, when she loses control, does she return to like a feral child, a feral like dinosaur child?
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wyna prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say? I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chasca. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
You fell asleep? Well, welcome back. You missed that we learned that Chasca, the girl with the fun hat, was raised by dinosaurs. So that's a thing. And we're still
You
trying
two
to bring
are
a child
something
back
else.
to life.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice.
You wanted a pet dinosaur when you were like 5? I want a pet dinosaur every time I rewatch the original Jurassic Park movies. I love those little tiny ones that like eat the family on the beach. I love those guys.
It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
About that, did we not tell you we broke it yet?
About that.
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
I'm pretty sure they would have eventually noticed that it didn't work anymore.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh?
Yeah, Chasca kind of shot it. Her bad. You explained the sequence of events to Wyna.
I see. Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her later. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
I'll do my best. You've never seen Jurassic Park? Dang. I've never seen the Jurassic World movies, and I have no desire to, but I do really enjoy the first 3 Jurassic Park movies.